There's never been a better time for a superhero. Luckily, Camden Comic Con is here to save the day. Started in 2014, this celebration of all things graphic, illustrated, and heroic is going virtual this year due to the pandemic, but its powers remain strong. We talked with some of the organizers behind this increasingly popular event to find out how this year's convention came together. What is Camden Comic Con?
Camden Comic Con is an event, an annual event where lovers of comics and graphic novels and really any comic related media can come together, can dress up with their friends, can shop around local artists and crafters, meet some of their idols in the industry, and also take part in some fun programming and try their hand at drawing themselves.
How did it get started?
Somebody crazy said, let's do a Comic-Con. That'll be fun and easy. And it'll just be a one-time event and, do it on a Saturday, bring a bunch of people out. We put it together and we got about 400 people to attend that very first year. It was really cool. We're like, okay, that was fun. Great job, everybody. And then everyone said, well, see you next year. We're like, uh-oh, I guess we have to do it next year. And it just sort of grew from there.
The event is going virtual this year because of the pandemic. How did you decide what this version of the Comic-Con would look like virtual?
We've been translating some of our other programs to be virtual, and we have this wonderful platform where you can do an exhibition online. So we decided to try to keep a little bit of programming and try to keep the artistic aspect and that sort of browsing aspect that you would get from attending in person.
What are some of the kind of different activities I can experience at the Comic-Con this year?
One of my favorite things that you can participate in is called Doodles and Dialogue. And it's this wonderful virtual program that's very similar to a Dungeons and Dragons, but it has a drawing aspect to it. So as you're going through, we'll have a dungeon master who is Lee Angerstein, who's this wonderful artist who's supported Camden Comic Con since the beginning. He will guide you through an adventure.
What is Doodles and Dialogue?
Doodles and Dialogue is a role-playing drawing adventure. So you create a character, any character you want. There's no limit. You can make yourself. You could make a lizard person. You could make a human, a robot, whatever you want. And you create a personality for this character, and then you role play this character through an adventure or a scripted campaign that I've made and I run. It's all interactive.
People who participate in this program, particularly younger people, what do they get out of it? What do you see them take away from it?
Social interaction, problem solving, and also creativity. Creativity is the biggest thing. So a lot of times you might be like, oh, this bridge is out. How do I get across this bridge? You might see a little drawing icon. Draw the bridge. Get across the bridge. Some dude might be like, nah, you're not getting past here. No way. I don't think so. You might be like, this guy seems hungry. I'm going to draw this dude a sandwich. Draw him a sandwich. He's satisfied. He let you go. He's as happy as day. The problem solving and the creativity kind of intersect. And the cool thing about the drawing is that you could do it your way. Like, it's all about you. It's self-expression.
How has Camden Comic Con helped artists like yourself?
2 years ago, the last one they had in person, I was making an animated series. And I just reached out and was like, hey, could I show this first episode of our cartoon? And they were like, yes. And we did it. It was like one of the coolest moments of my life. We showed kind of the behind the scenes, and then we showed the actual episode. And I was so nervous. But then the lights went up and everybody's clapping. And this little kid came up to me and hugged me. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is why I do it. Like, I just want to make people happy. And ever since then, people have kind of had their eyes on like our animated series that we've been working on, and I feel like it was a really good jumping off point.
Comic conventions create a real space for fandoms to come together, which is very important. But how has Camden Comic Con provided and helped out local artists, so the artists that have participated?
We always make sure to highlight local artists. We always make sure that they're sort of thought of first, because again, this is all about community. This is all about people in this area coming together.
It's about like up and coming artists, up and coming creators, musicians, all these different types of cool things that like really you can connect with these people.
Because of the pandemic and the toll that it's had on the economy and on culture, how has putting this event together this year changed the way that you see this event and its importance?
We didn't realize quite so much in the past how much our just one single day event could impact, especially a local artist's bottom line. And there have been so few events, obviously, for artists and crafters to vend at, just to have the platform of the exhibition. And if any of the audience members are interested in what the artists are showing, that they can then click and go into their web store, they can learn more about them. A lot of the artists have pivoted to be able to sell online really well. So we're hoping to just serve as, again, that platform and that outlet that we can connect people to potentially sell some work.
What is the one thing you would want people to know about this year's Comic-Con?
I just want them to know that we haven't forgotten about them. We didn't want this year to pass without even just a slight taste of Camden Comic-Con, to just kind of keep the spirit alive. So if they can take one thing away from that and get one little bit of entertainment out of it, we'll be happy.